Good day, doodlers. Welcome to Draw Cartoons. Ghostbusters Afterlife has well and truly been announced, and they recently dropped the second trailer. Now, at first I wasn't particularly bothered about this film because sequels, I don't know, got a bit of a bitter taste in my mouth about sequels in general. But then I remembered, Finn Wolfhard's in it, and I really like Stranger Things, and I also quite like Ghostbusters. So then I realized, actually, you know what, I really am looking forward to this a bit. Now, I remembered that the Ghostbusters logo is absolutely nothing short of iconic. It's fantastic. It's so unique and bold and interesting, and quite frankly, anyone could tell you what it is just from a glance. And so that's what I'm going to teach you guys how to draw today. Don't skip all the way to the end because I do drop some really cool tips, especially at the beginning and in the middle. So if you do skip to the end, you're not going to see or hear those tips, so don't be a skipper. You'd be helping me out a lot if you liked this video, if you do end up enjoying it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already, as that really does help me with the YouTube algorithm. Without further ado, let's get bustin'. So the absolute first thing that you want to do is get yourself a nice big circle to draw within. As you can see in our example below, I've got a perfect circle there for the, no entry kind of logo that's going on there. And the way you want to do this, if you're working on a piece of paper and a pencil, you'll want to get like a mug, like a cup, something with a cylinder bottom, or like a Pringles tube, just anything that's round at the bottom to help you achieve this shape. If you're using software, like I am, I'm using Clip Studio Paint, what you can do is you can select a tool. It's over here on the left, it won't show up in the video, but there are tools that allow you to create perfect circles if you just click and drag. And if you hold the Shift key on your keyboard, as you drag, it will make a perfect circle. And it's very helpful, as you can no doubt see, in getting, well, perfect circles. So once you've done that one, if you are working with software, you want to click and drag from the line that you just created to get more or less the right kind of circular shape within this. And as you can see, we've got kind of the width that we're going for with this. I'm actually, you know what, let me just grab this and move it a tiny bit because it's not quite where I want it to be. But if you are working with a pencil and paper, you'll want to use a smaller mug, or quite frankly, you could just wing it and go for it if you really want to. And then what you might want to do is complete the no entry symbol first, which means getting this line down here. Now, obviously, you can use a ruler to achieve this, or anything with a straight edge, and try and get the thickness of this to be equal to the thickness of the ring, this bit here. Try and get them to be the same. If you end up with like a really narrow line in the middle, it's going to look really funny. So try not to do that. If you're using software like Clip Studio Paint, what you can do is, again, hold Shift just while you're drawing with a normal brush, and you just click like that. So I clicked there to indicate that that is my starting point, and I'm holding Shift, and then I let go there. So there we go. If you're using software, that's how to do that. If you're using a pencil and paper, you're going to want to use more rudimentary means of achieving that. I'm just going to erase that away there so we have a finished no entry symbol. Now, this is not a tutorial on how to draw a no entry symbol. Oh no, this is a tutorial on how to draw the Ghostbusters logo. So what I like to do from here is I like to draw a circle. I like to start so many drawings with circles because circles, squares, triangles, when you really break things down, you can compose pretty much any drawing of any character from circles, squares, and triangles. So I'm going to start with a circle here for the bottom of the head because it's very round and chubby looking. And then basically we're just going to kind of ride this up and out of the no entry symbol here for the top of the head. When you get to about this point, there's like a hood or like a squiggle that goes up and down like this really cool shape. And be sure to get that crease in there as well because that it's part of the logo and it looks pretty cool, honestly. And then when you get to about here, you want to join it back up with the circle that we drew a moment ago. Now the eyes are just kind of sitting on the top of this circle here. See how they just kind of sit on it, right? I mean, that circle's not going to exist for very long. That's actually just a guideline. So really, at this point, you could begin to erase this away. I'm going to do it for the sake of clarity, but you don't need to do that yet. And the eyebrows are up like this. They're very kind of raised. They're very high over the eyes to express surprise, because this ghost, rather than doing the surprising, is being surprised. So to match that is a very big wide open, gasping mouth down here, and it's a bit taller, this oval shape, a bit taller than it is wide, again to express surprise. And what helps there is adding a bottom lip that is not like a nose and a mouth. No, that's the mouth, and that's like a bottom lip again to kind of exaggerate how far open that mouth is. And now you've got a nose that's just kind of here. It hangs out right above the very, very edge of this line here, just kind of pointing down. It's like a C shape that's turned on its side, and there you have it. So now, starting at the point where these lines intersect, this kind of cheek and the inside part of this logo, we're going to be drawing a shoulder that comes out and it swings down like this before it becomes a hand. And the hand starts about here. And what you want to do, you want to bring 3 fingers out, not 4. Like I guess they opted for 3 fingers, which is very, very popular in cartoon designs. But this bit's quite tricky. You want to draw 3 points that come out in this sort of pattern here. This one's the longest, I guess, because it's the nearest to us. This one has a similar shape, but it's not quite as long. And of course, this one is the shortest, with it being the pinky finger. When you've done that, bring it back inside the logo, and you want to finish with a thumb like that, and it's a similar size to that finger. It's a similar size to that one as a guide. So then you bring it back to that line there, and you just draw that towards where the torso is going to be. Now the torso sits directly behind this stripe here. It sits directly behind it. So all you have to do is swing a line down behind it. Imagine, don't draw this dotted line, but imagine it kind of going behind like that. Do your best to kind of picture that. It's not always easy, but it's something you definitely get the hang of the more you draw, and bring it out about here. And that needs to end. Don't go any further than that, because we've got, like, I guess a line for a leg. I think that's what it's meant to be. Some kind of leg line that goes down and ends behind the ring. So you don't need to draw the lower body here at all. It's quite a simple logo, really, once you really kind of sit back and take a look at it. So we've got a shoulder going on here. So it's a simple curve from the side of the head, and it goes behind that line. And again, don't draw this, but just imagine a dotted line that would be the arm, but you're not going to see it because it's hidden behind that stripe in the middle. So right here, where this kind of corner forms, that's where you want to draw the hand coming out. And again, you want to draw 3 points, one there, and a third one, and these all come to the outside. Notice how they're just poking a little bit outside of the ring. They go a little bit outside, and that's a really, really nice bit of the logo design that I really like. If it was to stay inside of the ring, it wouldn't quite be as impressionable. It wouldn't quite have as interesting a silhouette, if you know what I mean. A silhouette is, if you were to take an image of someone, but you were to completely black it out so you could only kind of see the outside, all the details are kind of lost. That's a silhouette. That's what I mean. But anything can have a silhouette, not just people, but objects and logos as well. And this kind of makes it just a bit more interesting to look at when you have the fingers poking around the outside. So that's basically it. We've nailed this. We made that look real easy. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to erase away some of the lines here that we're not going to see in the final drawing. I'm just going to kind of tickle those away because we're not going to see them because our ghosty friend here is in the way of them. So, and a lot of those guidelines, well, I say a lot of those guidelines, the one guideline that we actually drew really was the circle for the face. And that's gone now. We didn't need that for very long. Now, if you want to go full faithful to the logo, what you can do is with your eraser, you can just tickle away the right sides of these eyes to achieve that kind of shine that they have in the original logo. You'll see what I mean. If you actually look at the logo, you'll see what I mean. They have this little, just kind of gently tickle that away and you get the look that you're going for. So there we go. I'm going to go over this and get it all finalized and looking final. You can go ahead and do the same if you want to, but either way, I'll see you guys in just a moment. And there it is, no ghosts allowed, apparently. I actually put a little bit of my own spin on this one. I added some shading to places where, on the original logo, there's no shadows at all. Now, shadows don't necessarily make something look better, but I just felt like challenging myself and hopefully improving on the original, already pretty fantastic design. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but if you're feeling up for a bit of challenge, then why not give it a go? That's it for today's video. Please leave a comment down below letting me know what you would like me to draw in my next next video, and also let me know if you're a fan of Ghostbusters or not. I think most people quite like at least the original film. But anyway guys, if you haven't already, please like the video if you did enjoy the tutorial, and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. Until next time.